Hey everybody, my name is Paul Liston Jr., aka Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. And welcome to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/BoyGreen25. We're also streaming live simultaneously in two other places as well on my Twitter account, at BoyGreen25, and on my Jet Zone Facebook page, which is the location for my weekly New York Jets podcast. And you can find links to that program every Wednesday on the Facebook page, the Jet Zone. That's also there on the Twitter account, the Jets_zone. Folks, we've got a lot to discuss. First off, it's been a hot second since I've been on the video feed, and I will give an explanation for why that has been the case and where I've been. But before we get into all that boring jazz, I do want to welcome all of you to the show. This is an interactive program. This is a spontaneous show. We will have a live show tomorrow for the Jet Show, my weekly New York Jets podcast. But since it has been so long since I've been able to hop on, so to speak, with everybody here, I think we just need to get to the breaking news, and that is Zach Wilson. Now, for all of those who may have missed it before or may have missed it one way or the other, Zach Wilson was injured on the second drive of the New York Jets preseason opener versus the Philadelphia Eagles. And instead of just simply walking out of bounds or sliding, Zach Wilson decided, whoop, I'm going to Chris Berman my ass back into the middle of the field. Whoop, juke back in there. And of course, Zach Wilson goes down with a non-contact injury. He gets up at first thanks to help from some of his teammates, and he collapses to the ground like a used lawn chair. We're like, oh boy, non-contact injury, quarterback, and oh yeah, this is happening to the New York Jets. Disaster. And it seemed that way for about a bunch of hours. You know, Twitter doctors and people all over the place were like, boom, seen this 100 times before. Torn ACL out for the season. Suck it up, Jet fans. And we had to deal with that for hours on end, that the season was over. It was kaput. That's what we were led to believe. And then finally, we got the MRI and said, not so bad. But they did leave the caveat that, hey, just because he seems quote unquote out of the woods, perhaps he's not. We need to go under the knife and know that for sure. And that surgery happened today, Tuesday, August 16th. And great news, Jet fans, that after going under the knife and taking a gander at the old knee with the surgery, that all of it is what we thought it was, in the wise words of the late Dennis Green. They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook. The surgically repaired knee was who we thought it was, and no letting off the hook because it's great. So I'm not quite sure if that reference holds weight, but nonetheless, Zach Wilson had a nice little trim job on the knee. And he does, of course, have the bone bruise, but all in all, he will be out some variety of time for the next handful of weeks. Is he going to be there for week one? No clue. Ian Rappaport says that it's still possible that he's there for week one. I've heard Jeff Howe of The Athletic say, some were going to miss 4 to 6 weeks. Someone else said 2 to 4 weeks. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I'll tell you this. It is great news, folks. It's great news to hear that Zach Wilson the surgery went according to plan and that there's no craziness that's happening here. So first off, just great news right off the top. Now, a couple of things. Some of you may be wondering where the hell did I go? Did I get abducted by aliens? Well, I'm here to tell you, folks, that the COVID disease tackled Boy Green in the backfield. Okay. And I've been positive. I actually still am right now. And I've been going through it. I've been battling some demons over the last week plus, and it's been kicking my ass. I'll just tell you. So I haven't been able to do any videos. That's because COVID got me. It finally got me. I had not had COVID this entire pandemic, and finally caught up to me. And I just got to tell you guys, for those who have never had it, don't. That's my advice. Okay, it kicked my patookie. And I got to say that I have felt like absolute garbaggio. A couple of times I'm like, am I even going to make it out of here? And I'm not trying to be melodramatic. I'm just trying to tell you what it was. And this COVID thing was pretty scary, pretty intense. My baby had it. My fiance had it. It was just a COVID overload in the house. And I've been quarantined inside my home for well over a week. And who knows when I'll be able to make my return to the radio. There's a lot of protocols and symptoms and things of that nature. And I'm still battling through it here a little bit. So I was a little nervous to hop on the camera for the first time in a while because I could go in this coughing rage, this coughing fit, and what have you. But this was just too good of news not to hop on the show and interact with each and every one of you. So I have to say that, again, this COVID thing has been nasty. It's been a lot. It's been punching me in the face, and it's just great to be back. And it's great to be back with each and every one of you. And it's been crazy. I just have to say. So make sure you guys are doing everything in your power to do it. This pandemic is not over yet. And like I said, I got sucker punched. I just got IK and Kempale right to the face. I thought I thought we were in the clear, the light at the end of the tunnel, all that rando jazz, and clearly we're not. So bullet dodged on Zach Wilson, bullet not dodged for Boy Green. But I'll take the bullet for the team. That's the kind of team player I am. But guys, I want to thank each and every one of you. Again, this is a live random video. I just said, you know what? Now's the perfect time. So I may need to take a break. Excuse me, every once in a while to do whatever the heck that just was, but I would love to interact with each and every one of you. So hop on the YouTube, the Facebook, drop in a comment, and we'll get you guys here on the show. Matthias, I guess this is good news. Zach is good. 100%. That's great news from it. It was a bullet dodge, but I will have to say this on the Zach Wilson thing. It's that, guys, like, okay, I compared it in my storytelling to, when you're at a grocery, I don't know this yet, so hopefully this never happens. This sounds like scary as hell. But you go to a grocery store with your child, right? Those parents that lose their kid in the grocery store, and for that brief moment in time, they're like, oh my God, where's my kid taken? What's happened here? And then they're on the intercom. If you've seen little Jimmy, send him over to the clothes department or what have you, right? So you have that moment in time where you're like losing your crap. You're like, oh my God, where's Timmy? Where did he go? I don't know what's happened here. And then finally, of course, the parent is reunited with the child. And then it's that one brief embrace, not brief, but that one embrace with the child. Like, oh my God, I thought I lost you, Johnny. And then once you know that the kid is safe, then the parent goes, Johnny, you better never do that to me again, boy. Do you understand me? You always got to be by my side. I'm your parent, for Pete's sake. That's what I am here with Zach Wilson. So when he gets hurt, we're just worried. We're just like, man, we hope you're okay, Zach. We hope you're okay. We hope there's nothing wrong here. And then once he's safe, right, he's come out of this surgery, and again, it's minor. It's as minor as it can be. And now I turn from worry to some of you know that have parents, like everyone on the planet, that that as soon as they turn that cheek, they go, boy, you better not do anything like that ever again. Well, that's how I'm looking at Zach Wilson. Zach, what the hell, man? Like, I was worried sick. Your mother was worried sick, for Pete's sake. Like, you got to rein it in, man. You got to rein it in. You can't be doing all this crazy Wild Wild West stuff out there. Juke it back to the middle of the field and checks notes the preseason, man. So you gotta sack up, pal, okay? Okay, you've got a team to worry about. You're the quarterback for the New York gosh darn Jets. You can't be doing all kinds of crazy crap out there, man. You need to protect the team. I rewatched the footage. I've rewatched the footage multiple times on the Zach Wilson injury. I get it. Immediate pressure. The right tackle just was like a pair of saloon doors. Come on down. There's our quarterback. Sack him. And he dodged that pressure. And then he got to the 40-yard line, and he needed to scoot his butt out of bounds. He did not. He said, you know what? I could get 5 or 7 yards here, and Juke's back in the middle of the field, dives forward. We all know what happens after that. Zach Wilson needs to protect the team, okay? I will take him escaping the pressure and getting back to the line of scrimmage 10 times out of 10. Survive to see the next play. Zach, you need to be mature. Now, we talk about maturity in the sense of like, oh man, good decision, bad decision, pick, touchdown, deep shot, short shot. Now, no, this maturity goes to another level. For Zach Wilson, the maturity of, okay, I escaped. Let me just survive, slide, throw the ball out of bounds, whatever, man. Because I will take that over again, what are we talking about here? You potentially getting injured or getting 5 yards. It's one drive, man. And in this particular case, it's in the preseason. It's not even real regular season football. So it made absolutely no gosh darn sense to do what he did. So he needs to clean up his act. He needs to protect the team. He needs to watch out for his teammates. He needs to slide when the opportunity presents itself. When nothing there, No problem. Dirt that ball, baby. Tom Brady does that all the time. If people are coming up in the, he's like, boop, and he just spikes that at the guy's feet and says, "Yep, next play." He doesn't care. And that's what Zach Wilson needs to do. Take a page out of that playbook. Keep it simple, RC. Does this keep Zach in the pocket? No, and I don't need him to go like sheltered animal here. Okay, I don't need him to be scared to ever get hurt again. No, you can't be like that, or you can't play quarterback. Okay, but the thing that is going to be key here, no question about it, is that Zach Wilson just needs to be careful. Now, the things that make him special is getting outside the pocket, doing crazy crap. I get it. It's cool. And that's what makes Zach Wilson special. However, okay, he needs to make sure that when it's not there, he just dirts it or throws it out of bounds or slides. Live to see another play. So I don't think this keeps him in the pocket. He doesn't have to, but just be smart with yourself on a risk versus reward standpoint. Keep it simple, RC. Is the baby okay? Yes, absolutely. The baby's fine. And in case you missed it, as I just mentioned earlier, that, we all got COVID. But I believe, again, I'm not a doctor, that the baby got it first. It got to spread it to the rest of us. But, that's the thing I was worried about. I'll take an L. I'll take whatever over the baby having it any day of the week. She seems to be fully recovered. Me and the fiance are still battling here. And this is my first time doing a video. So like I said, I may just have to suck wind here in a second. I'm not used to speaking at any level. I haven't been on the radio show in a week plus. I probably won't be for the rest of the week. And it's we're all battling through it. But the baby is okay, thank God. So let's keep that in mind. Oh, boom. We're getting some cuts here. The Jets just tweeted this out. This is breaking news, baby. This is why we do it. Okay. Let's see the break. This is cut day today. So every NFL team by 10 minutes ago had to cut their rosters down from 90 to 85. Next week, it'll go from 85 to 80. And then the week after, it's a ritual bloodletting. It goes from 80 to 53. Here are the releases for the Jets. Luke Barco, that's the former Kansas City DB. He was cut. Derek Kelly, offensive lineman. He was cut. Tim Ward, boom. Not that I want to celebrate anyone losing their job, but I nailed the Tim Ward one. I just want to say on our heavy.com predictions, I had Tim Ward being cut. And wide receiver Rashard Davis. So another promising wide receiver off the shoot there. Again, won a Super Bowl championship with the Philadelphia Eagles, dynamic return man. And Mekhi Becton was officially placed on IR, which means his season is over. The Jets are going to wait on that respect, because not that they thought Mekhi Becton was coming back, but they didn't want to put him on IR, in Robert Saleh's opinion, until he was officially official. Today, he met with the same Zach Wilson doctor, by the way, blessed be he, and for a consultation. Apparently, during that consultation, it became official there. So, which is good. So there you go. Those are the cuts. In case you missed it, they're just coming in. Remember, every team must bring their roster from 90 to 85. That is Luke Barco, that defensive back, offensive lineman Derek Kelly, pass rusher Tim Ward, wide receiver Rashard Davis, and the fifth quote-unquote cut is Mekhi Becton, who's placed on IR, which creates that roster spot there. And also, by the way, Keyshawn Abram, the wide receiver, is cut, as Dwayne Brown was officially added to the roster as well. So there are all your breaking cuts just coming in from that perspective on the Jets. There now at that 85 number, and then a week from now, they will have to drop that from 85 to 80. And then the week after that is the ritual bloodletting across the NFL from 80 to 53. So things are going to progress here pretty well. Matthias, now you're good. You have the antibodies. I do. Yeah, that's what a lot of people said, that after you get it, which is a pain in the rump, no question about it, that once you get it, then you kind of have some antibodies moving forward. Thank goodness, because this first time was a nightmare. Let's go to King Blaze. Zach needs to learn how to pump fake to keep safeties unknowing. Zach also needs to learn how to look off the safeties. For sure, obviously, that first interception by Zach was disgusting. That's like when we all in Madden go, ooh, I'm throwing it to circle, baby. And you hike the ball, and it's a pre-snap thing. You're like, I'm throwing it to circle. I don't give a flying hoot what the defense shows. I'm throwing it to circle. That's what the Zach Wilson pick looked like. So, yeah, that was not great. Zach Wilson needs to clean that up too. Let's keep going here. Get well soon, brother LT. Thank you very much for your kind words. Gilbert Farmer, thank God. Amen. I've had it for 14 days, Matthias. Yeah, I've had it for quite some time. I don't have the exact date, but it was early last week, so it's been terrible. I'm not gonna lie. But it is good to be back. Dark Soldier Crew still got it in the voice, baby. Still got it in the voice. There you go. Let's keep it rolling here. William Cortez, if the aliens got you, they would bring you back. They would get tired of you chanting JETS, 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 Jets. That is true. Yes. Any alien probing going on, they would return me. That is true. Let's go to Andrew Weckerly on Facebook. Nice Seinfeld pick. I would guess he won't start week 1 and probably week 2. What if Flacco crushed it and we are 2-0? What then? Again, you go back to Zach Wilson. This is not a situation where you are messing up the camaraderie of the team. This is Zach Wilson's team. Joe Flacco, as the guy that would be starting. To me, here's how I think. By the way, real quick. I believe that the Jets will play it safe with Zach Wilson. He will sit out week 1. Joe Flacco will start instead, which, by the way, great storyline. Joe Flacco, Lamar Jackson. And then he'll be ready for week 2 on the road against Cleveland. We will see. That's my guess. There's a million guesses out there. Like I said, Ian Rappaport says he still has a shot at week 1. The Athletic report said he's out 4 to 6 weeks, which would 4 weeks from today, just like a month out, would be in the middle of preparation for week 2. So I don't know. There's a million reports out there. A lot of them conflicting. To me, I think he's probably going to be out week 1. But everything else after that is questionable. Well, who knows what happens there? But again, I just want them to play it safe. I don't give a flying hoot how many weeks he misses. You need to make sure he's right. And that's the key. Zach Wilson is the long-term quarterback, not the short-term quarterback of the Jets. So you don't want to rush him and then he gets hurt again, and then he misses the year. Then what the hell were we doing? So you just have to be precautious and then just get him out there when it's ready. But to your example, Andrew, if somehow the Jets are 2-0, and again, that's possible, I would say. So you have week 1, which is Baltimore. Tough opponent, but at home. There's going to be a lot of emotions by Jet fans. I'll be there. Hopefully I get to meet a lot of you guys there. So that would be amazing. Then week 2 is Jacoby Brissett. So, I mean, it is very possible the Jets start out at 2-0. What then? I don't care. If Zach Wilson's ready for week 3, then he's playing against the Bengals. Unless you want to do the Mike White thing against the Bengals. See if lightning strikes twice. But in all seriousness, doesn't matter to me. I don't care how. I don't care if Joe Flacco throws 10 touchdown passes and no picks. I'm going back to Zach Wilson. He's our guy. Joe Flacco, his old ass isn't the answer, but he's going to do his job to play when called upon, and that's why they feel so good about him. Malcolm Happa. What's up, Malcolm? Welcome back to the show. Did you see the line number for the openers? Ravens -7. Even with Flacco as a starter, I think we are not only will we win, but cover. What do you think? 100%. I'm going to be there. I think the Jets, again, the Ravens are a good team. They're a good team. They're a team that believes they can win the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson's a former MVP at quarterback. He's pretty freaking good. Yeah, this team's good. They dealt with a ton of injuries last year, but again, to me, eminently winnable. I'm not saying this team sucks, but, they've had months to prepare for this team. They've got a lot of connective tissue here. I think the Jets can beat the Ravens. I don't think that's crazy. I think you're probably not going to be slinging it all over the ball yard, even with Joe Flacco. He's as a veteran guy. They got a really good secondary. But I think they're going to have a ground and pound with Breece Hall, Michael Carter, and then get that play action game going. And Joe Flacco ain't afraid to take shots. That's his game. He still has a rocket launcher surgically attached to his arm. So I think we can wing it around a little, and I'm looking forward to it. In terms of the spread, I do my picks against the spread every week for my radio show, and right now I am all in on the Jets. And Dark Soldier with the not the correction. I don't know if I made the correction, but or said it incorrectly. But yes, a meniscus trim. It wasn't even a tear. It was a trim, and then he has the bone bruise. Those two things together there. Let's see. Let's see. Matthias, Salah should have never put him on the field with the 2 backups. One blew that block. No, I disagree. Zach Wilson's got to play. So, he's got to get reps just like everybody else. Again, the backups aren't the reason Zach Wilson got injured. Like, the pressure was immediately there, but he could have slid. Like, once he escaped the pressure, he could have walked out of bounds. He could have moonwalked out of bounds. He could have slid. He could have took a knee. There was a lot of things he could have done, but you got to get your reps in. So it's not, it would have had to have been a total disaster. Like all 5 offensive line starters were out for me to not play Zach Wilson that first preseason game. So to me, that's hindsight. He just had to slide. Let's see. Justin Jets. Can we please block for Wilson this time? Free runners left and right and center versus the Eagles. No question. But that's why you have Zach Wilson, a guy who is young. He's got some spry legs. He can kind of move and groove around. But this offensive line is going to need continuity. We got a brand new 5 here. We got Dwayne Brown, who's going to be starting at left tackle. You got Laken Tomlinson at left guard. You have Connor McGovern at center. You have Elijah Tucker at right guard. And then, of course, George Fant, who's flipping back to right tackle. 1 second. Woo! We're going to get through this video together. Excuse me. But, yeah, they need continuity. These guys need to get back together and get reps. And the good thing is that even some of the new guys, Laken Tomlinson's from the system. Dwayne Brown is from the system. So that should help curtail some of the learning curves here. Let's see. Stephen Engel, I am Stonehurst. I'm stopping by to say hello. Come out front. Yeah, there you go. Everyone's here. Let's see. LT, Zach Wilson saw too many Barry Sanders highlights. Apparently, always trying to do whatever he can, making things happen. But again, you just got to know your role on the team. You got to know what you mean to the team. And hopefully this gets into Zach Wilson's brain. He's got to watch out for the team. It is just so eminently important for the protection of Zach Wilson, for him to play a long time, which paychecks, that helps him. And then also for the team. Also, guys, I will be giving a special shout out to a brand new sponsor here on the show. A fellow Jets fan that you've seen in the comments as well. Why don't we do that right now? Because I want to make sure that I get to this. And folks, this man's name is Roshan Joshi. Okay, he's a fellow Jets fan. You've seen him pop in here. You've seen him do super chats and things of that nature. Well, guess what? He is a guy that can help each and every one of you that are out there and want to learn more about certain respects. And let me bring him in here. He hosts this XV Community Free Earnings and Learning Zoom call. And here is some of the things. We are told to get in rooms with people smarter than us, but that's not easy for everyone. XV Community is here to help with that. Every week, we connect the community with a different 7-figure earner every week to learn of their journey, their insights, and ask a little Q&A action as well. And by the way, this call is absolutely free. So you have nothing to risk to even try to join on one of these calls to learn more. And learn more, quite frankly. It's free, and this is why, because Roshan believes we believe in leveling the playing field. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Again, just need your email to send the link. You can DM him through Instagram, Rojo Sharp, ROJO Sharp, SHARP, to stay up to date with every guest who joins weekly, or email him as well. We don't just make bread, we break bread. Wink. So make sure to check out my boy, Roshan Joshi, who does a free weekly call. And with this free weekly call, you learn more from a 7-figure earner. How the heck do they do it? Well, you can ask questions. Again, it is absolutely free. So make sure you check them out. Again, check out the call hosted by Roshan Joshi. It's a really interactive call. I've gotten a little bit of a taste on some of the past couple calls. So make sure you guys check it out today. Again, check out Roshan Joshi. Again, go to his Instagram right now at Rojo Sharp for more information. And we'll be hearing from my boy Roshan down the line here. We'll have him here on the show. We'll be doing some other fun stuff. So I highly recommend you guys check out that free call every week to learn more. I need to make more money. You need to make more money. Let's make it happen. Jay Spector on YouTube. Hi, BG. Hope he learned something watching a veteran play. Thought we went through that last year. Maybe it will stick this year. Again, keep trying to teach an old dog new tricks. That's the key, is keep going back to the well. And hopefully he does see it. But, Joe Flacco, again, has the mobility of a parked car. So, hopefully he sees, like Joe, when it's out there, he's just going to dirt it. And that's going to be fun. So hopefully he does learn. Jay Spector, go back to you. BG, take Alamax. Everything emanates in the gut. Well, I am willing to do anything possible because this thing has kicked my ass. All right. Let's go back to Matthias. It's still not an excuse, Zach. Overthrowing the wide receiver, throwing the interception, or a stupid decision, get out of bounds. Yeah, the wide open miss on Garrett Wilson. Again, Zach Wilson does this every once in a while. This is going to be another learning process. He's just got to stop trying to arm it. And what I mean by that is sometimes his feet aren't set. And he's like, oh, I'm freaking Zach Wilson. I've got like God's arm here. So he just tries to like Aaron Rodgers it, Patrick Mahomes it, use whatever terminology you want to, but just tries to force the ball there based on his God-given talent, even when his footwork isn't necessarily in the right place. And that's bad habits to develop because you just want to constantly go through the proper protocol. If always line up your feet and take that time and then deliver the ball where it needs to go. So he missed Garrett Wilson wide open. The interception, like I said, was just dumb. Like he just clearly predetermined he was going to throw that ball regardless of what the coverage was, and that's lazy. So, yes, he needs to figure out both of those situations. Jason Bertrand, great to see you back. Made agree with Zach needs to be careful, but not going into a show. Again, that is a very fine line of like letting it rip and also being aware of your surroundings and things of that nature. So you need to make sure you figure out your crap, and that is key. And it's a fine line, but Zach Wilson is going to have to discover that. Ray Ferraro actually kept looking for updates from you. No avail. Crickets, glad you're back. 100%. Yeah, that was it. Just COVID tackling me. So this is my first video in a while, so bear with me, and hopefully we can all power through it together. Dark Soldier, I've had several people tell me that. I'm going to be honest. There was no smoke alarm battery going off. So many people say that. Like my ears, like I hear nothing. So that can't be somebody else because like it's not like I'm listening to all your mics at home. But no, there's no smoke alarm battery as far as I know going off. I've had a few people mention that. As far as I know, no. Jay Spector, how is Nathan Shepard still on this roster? I will tell you this. The Jets coaching staff freaking loves Nathan Shepard. So he's going to be all the way there to the end, if not making the team. They call him, Robert Shaw calls him the quote-unquote king of strain. They just think he is a grinder, and they love it. And Jay Spector, no more trips to Mississippi, 100%. And I'm going to be honest, it has to be the airports because no one's wearing a mask. And it is just a cesspool. So, yeah, that caused everything, though. So, yeah, no more trips to Mississippi. I couldn't. The Wi-Fi was bad, so no videos there. And then, coming off the airplanes and booyah, got sacked at the airport. So, yeah, no more trips to Mississippi. That's good by me. Charles M. on YouTube. Even though he's coming back earlier than expected, that right knee is now compromised. I'm not looking forward to wincing every time he runs or takes a hit. No, I'm not either. And yes, that is a second knee injury in 10 months to the same knee for Zach Wilson. But again, it's football, so he can't think about it, but they're just going to take their time with him. Let's see. Old Dave Etchenberry. Sup, BG? Hope you're feeling better. How's the baby? And I love that you guys ask. The baby is phenomenal. She's doing great. It's just me and the fiance are the ones who are battling through the latter parts of COVID here. Hopefully we're on the back end of this thing and we can power through it. This is my first video, and every once in a while I'm going to cough. I should have probably prepared better, but I was so excited to just jump on it and grab a drink or anything. So we'll power through this together. Okay, let's see. Think Zach's Jay Spector. Think Zach's back for week 3. Needs rehab and reps. Yeah, that would be about good for me, but I'm thinking week 2, but you could go either way. Jason Bertrand, finally got my shirt, Boy Green Down Under. I'm not sure if that means in the literal sense down under, like is it, some sweating happenings or using my Boy Green shirt for that. But for whatever reason, you guys want to use the Boy Green shirt, feel free. Jason Bertrand is across the pond. And I'll tell you this, guys. Boy Green merch. I don't have the link right now in this YouTube video, but go to any YouTube video. I got all my Boy Green store. So feel free to grab a pint glass, you can grab a t-shirt, you name it. We got it. So I'd love that support, pal. And so feel free. And thank you, Jason, for your support. All right, let's keep rolling down here on the comments. Mike Cohen, Paulie, I'd bet you'd anything that Flacco will crush and that will create a quarterback controversy. I think that's the right thing to do, just like Mahomes sitting behind Alex Smith. Here's the thing I will say. First off, I don't think there's a quarterback controversy. Maybe Joe Flacco. I mean, just goes bananas, like 5 touchdowns, no picks or something, 2 weeks in a row. Maybe at that point you go, but I don't think so. I just don't think so. I think he's just going to be solid, which is all they need. And it's Zach Wilson's team. So I think that's what's going to happen. In terms of the Patrick Mahomes, Alex Smith thing, here's the thing for me, and I've explained this before. I don't think there's any way to put the genie back in the bottle. And here's what I mean. Once you make the decision that Zach Wilson's starting from the get-go, it's over. He's starting, and you just got to ride with him unless he gets hurt and people come in, which happened last year. If the Jets would have decided to go back up first, hey, Zach Wilson needs to rest, he's not ready, and then they went veteran quarterback, that's a different matter entirely. But in this case, I don't think, even if Joe Flacco is playing great, that you could go, yep, we're just going to ride it with Joe Flacco, and Zach will get in whenever he gets in. Like, I just don't think that's how it's going to happen. I think this is Zach Wilson's team, and they've set it up that way, and that's what it is, in my opinion. Mike Cohen, there's a new culture that likes to start the rookie, but it's always been that rookie sit in, always. It has been in the past. Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 years before his ass got in, but we're in a brave new world where the young quarterbacks play. It is what it is. Jay Spector, need Jets to actually play 60 minutes for a chance to win. Don't want to see them show up at halftime down 17 points. Yeah, an early start would be great. That's the thing that really annoyed me last year, is that they kept going down by a bunch of points. And then they try to make this epic rally in the second half, but it's arrogant to think you could play 30 minutes of football and play 30 minutes of halfway decent football and make up for crappy 30 minutes to start the game. So, yeah. A hot start's going to be key. D-Mar-Z45. So is it 2 weeks or 4 weeks? D, it's Scooby. I don't know. Zoinks beats me, pal. I have no idea. To me, I just think, from what I understand, it is the Jets going to be precautious. I've seen 2 to 4 weeks. I've seen 4 to 6 weeks. I've seen a variety of things. Here's how I think. I think he misses week 1. I think he's here for week 2. That's my educated guess. Call that what you may, based on the brief conversations I had before jumping on here live. That's what I think. I don't know. They're going to play it safe. They're going to make sure that once he's right, he's right. That you don't have to bring him in and go, actually, let's sit him out another week. Like, they're just going to have a level of conviction here. So that's going to be good. Braden NZL, great to see you back, Boy Green. It's great to be back. Dark Soldier, Kiwi. Let's see. Boycott Activision. Love that name. Y'all rather win or develop a quarterback? Well, they're going to hope to do both by winning with a quarterback that is developing. But again, it's not like Joe Flacco is Patrick Mahomes. It's not like it's not the Jimmy G, Trey Lance situation, although a lot of people hate Jimmy G. It's not like, wow, we've got this quarterback that could bring us to the Super Bowl right now in Joe Flacco, and then Zach Wilson's developing. That's just not how it works. So, again, to me, you guys can hate it or love it. I mean, that's up to each individual to make that decision. But to me, Zach Wilson's going to play. This is his team. Let's go back to DMAR. People forgetting Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 years before he got in there. Why can't Zach do the same? Aaron Rodgers did that like 17 years ago. Again, it just doesn't happen anymore. Trey Lance sat for a year, as it's going to appear. Patrick Mahomes sat for a year. I'm trying to think of other recent examples. Like, there are minimal examples where guys will sit and then go. There's no Aaron Rodgers example in the last 10 years. It just doesn't exist. So why can't Zach do the same? Again, no genie back in the bottle. That's mine. Every second-year quarterback is playing in the preseason. Yeah, that also I flushed down the toilet. Like, why play Zach Wilson in the preseason again? He needs the rep, so I don't buy any of that. Let's see. Let's keep going here. Boycott. If Flacco is winning, I'd sit Zach. Let's see what the moment brings us. I'm not ready to. Again, my determination is it's Zach's team and he's going to get the rock, but we'll make, again, the heat of the moment maybe changes my mind. Maybe Joe Flacco is playing so bananas. I'm like, well, let's keep playing him and let Zach get fully healthy. Maybe that'll be my take, but I guess we'll see. Matthias, well, Zach isn't playing any more preseason games. Well, not this preseason, mainly because of the timing of everything. He is not. Let's see. Sergeant Mike on ESPN Pigskin Pick'em. There's a group called All Gas No Break NFL Spread Picks. We can enter the contest to see which Jets podcaster and podcastee make the best picks. Yeah, that'd be cool. Send me the link. I will try to do it. I normally, in terms of fantasy stuff, I normally try to just do some Yahoo, some of that action. So I'm normally in a couple of radio leagues with some of my listeners, but maybe we'll have to do some in the future. NY2FLA, Jets fan. Hey, BG, glad you're feeling better. I got a bad case of COVID-2 back in June. Hospital for weeks, finally feeling better. Well, the NY2FLA Jet fan, that's worse than me. I had no hospital visits, although I wanted to because, man, this thing was, like I said, kicking my ass. I was basically bedridden for the first couple of days. Not good. And the worst part was this throat thing. Not to get all vivid details for everyone who's in here, but the throat was every time I just swallowed, it was just pain. And I couldn't drink anything because every time I wanted to take a drink, it was painful to go down. So fever, chest pain, throat pain. The energy thing is like, so you guys know that I'm this crazy woo energy, but like, man, it sat me. Like anytime I like got up to like use the bathroom, I'm like, okay, I'm spent, back to bed. Like, so my energy, and everyone said, hey, Boy Green, how do you have all that energy all the time? Well, I didn't have all that energy during COVID. I'll tell you that crap right there. But NY2FLA Jets fan, thank you so much for the super chat. Anyone who may be watching right now, maybe wondering what the hell is a super chat. Well, that's where you give a monetary tip of the can, a little tip. If you guys can afford it, you throw it into my old little tin can bread basket if you enjoy the content, if you're new to the channel or old to the channel. Also, by the way, something free you can do is hit the like button and hit subscribe for more awesome Jets content. I know we had a little monkey wrench kind of thrown in here, but I just reached out to a superstar guest to have on the show. I'll keep you guys posted on that, whether that happens this week or next week. And we'll have a variety of guests that'll be joining us sporadically here on the show. We got a great lineup for the season. But if you guys can afford it, please super chat. It allows me to do all kinds of cool stuff with the channel. The equipment that you see, like this little doohickey and the microphone and all kinds of other fun stuff. So if you guys can afford it, feel free to give a tip of the cap to show your support. I really appreciate it. Just like NY2FLA Jets fan has been doing for a long time. I appreciate it. Taka Jets Rotigo, he's back. And I got to say, Taka Jets Rotigo, crew, Dark Soldier, and everybody else, by the way, that's really, reached out. I haven't gone public with the COVID thing till just now. I've been kind of keeping it under wraps, just trying to, take care of my own business. But anyone that somehow heard through the grapevines and reached out to me, thank you for your support. It really means a lot. Let's go to Romani AD. Boy Green, you the man. Keep the great content coming. Will do, brother. We got a lot of great stuff coming. Snowball Squad. Yes, sir. Welcome to the show. And my father jumping in. Jets have made massive improvements. I hope Zach doesn't hold them back. I don't think he will. I don't believe he will. I think he's going to work right along with these improvements, and the improvements should help him, and they help him vice versa. So I think it should be a nice little collection plate here of things coming together. And thank you. Let's go. Paul A. Eston Sr. again. Window of opportunity in NFL is short. If Zach doesn't make huge strides, he's out in 2023. That may seem aggressive to a lot of people. But I mean, they made a lot of improvements, so we're going to have to see. The big thing is I just want to make sure, and that was the initial fear when people said he was out for the season, is you wouldn't be able to. So if he was out for the season, what the heck do you do in 2023 with whatever draft pick you have from whatever quarterback play you get from Joe Flacco or Mike White? Like, you'd be in no man's land. So it's great that he's coming back so you could give a proper evaluation with all the talent around. No more trips to Mississippi. What the heck? Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to. Fortunately, my father owns 2 homes, so I'm going to try the drive next time when he's in New Hampshire, and we'll have that as the next trip because that airport was the basis of getting COVID. So let's just maybe we'll minimize the Mississippi trips and flip it back to the New Hampshire visits because. If I'm in the car, I'm controlling what's happening. So it may go back to that. And also, you don't have to pay for an airplane ticket when you do that. So we may have to go back to that strategy. NY2FLA, another super chat, baby, which makes you skip the line and guarantees you get your question answered. And also, I appreciate the monetary tip in the can. So thank you so much. I heard that 15 of Zach's mom's friends were in the LA hospital sitting vigil, praying, and putting on makeup. My sister's a nurse at that hospital. Wow. Well, you know what? It is important to have support. That is key. And I'm glad that 15 of Zach's mom's friends, that number seems a bit modest, but I like it. I'm glad. And they had a prayer circle going. I could see that. I love it. There you go. These are the kind of scoops, okay, you get on this show. All right. Those kind of scoops. NY2FLA. I feel like I should be super chatting you for that kind of information. But hey, to each their own. Sergeant Mike, it must have been awful to have a COVID fever, then watch a stupid sack interception, then a Zach injury. It was bad enough for me, and I had Heineken to console me stay healthy. That's funny. Yeah, I will tell. I was defeated all week, and then I kind of like sacked up for the game, right? And then I see that, and I'm like, come on. I came out of my COVID cave for this. Come on, Zach. But yeah, that was awful. That was awful. And then the injury happened. I will just this weird diatribe. So the injury happens, and it almost takes away from the game. The rest of the game felt inconsequential, and that sucks because we only get 3 preseason games now. And by the way, I love preseason. Don't get me wrong, I prefer the regular season, but preseason I love. It's the hard Knoxian thing. These guys are fighting for their lives out there. I love it. It's so good. So to me, I was on the edge of my seat for the Hall of Fame game when it's Nick Mullins and Jake Luton. I'm like, yeah, baby, football injected in my veins, man. So yeah, I love watching the battles and this player and that player and all that other jazz. So that's always important to me. But yeah, that was tough. I will say that. G Spectre, sure Zach didn't tweak the meniscus with his mom's friend. Perhaps that's always possible. Everaldo de Jesus, NY2FLA. They don't call them BYU Cougars for nothing. Zinger. Wow, you guys are on today. I love it. That is phenomenal. All the Jimmy G fans can shut up now. Yeah, Ian Rappaport actually had a follow-up tweet and said the Jets have no interest and, they're cool with Joe Flacco. And hopefully all that noise can stop. To me, again, now, maybe it's a different conversation. If Zach Wilson is really out for the season, do we go get Jimmy G? Probably. We'd probably throw a 4th or 5th, no matter what they feel about Joe Flacco, because you need another quarterback. Although I like Chris Streveler. I told people about Chris Streveler, and everyone was giving me crap. He's just nothing but a camp arm, Paul. Shut up. Now, yeah, look at our tatted friend with the orchestrating the last-second drive to win the game in the preseason. Give me some Chris Streveler, the former CFL champion. Thank you very much. Dave Etchenberry, we finally have tight end play. It will be a fun offense. Oh man, I tweeted it out earlier today. At BoyGreen25, by the way, for those who are not following. Again, tip your waitress. But Tyler Conklin, man, he's a freak. Zach Wilson, your mama, my mama, Joe Flacco, it don't matter. Throw Tyler Conklin the ball, and he's going to score some gosh darn touchdowns. A security blanket. A guy that's a mismatch nightmare. This guy's a freak. He is getting the gosh darn football. For all our fantasy football people out there, you better draft Tyler Conklin. He wasn't even in the top 30 tight end fantasy football sheets. You could get him for like nothing. But I'm telling you, Tyler Conklin, though, he's a guy. There's a couple of guys, which is uncommon for Jet fans to have, quote unquote, a couple of guys to use in fantasy. But Elijah Moore is on my list. Breece Hall is on my list. And Tyler gosh darn Conklin is on my list. He's a freak. And if you want to get a little dicey, maybe you could go Jet defense. But based on that preseason performance, you might not. Anywho. Ryder and Talon's PA. We need to get him back when ready. Flacco's not the future. We need to see what we have in Zach, good or bad. 100%. This is, again, a why I say. I don't give a flying who what Joe Flacco is doing. This guy is 1,000 years old. He's not the future. That's the right way to have it, Ryder. Let's go, Romani. We have to win that Ravens season opener. It's a must. We haven't won a September game since Sam Darnold's rookie season. Romani, I heard that the other day, and then you read the stat, and it's so unbelievable. It is what? How can that number be real? But that is true. Boy, I'm going to be there. I already have my tickets for Jets Ravens, and I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of you guys. So if you guys want to meet up somewhere, I will be at the Middle Initial podcast. I'm going to do a pregame tailgate action from 9 to 12. I'll try to share that link in here. If not, and you guys are going to week 1, make sure you DM me and I'll give you the link. You got to buy a ticket ahead of time. It comes with food, liquor, and picture opportunities, chatting it up with you guys. So I'll be there for 3 hours before the game starts. So I hope I can meet all of you guys. I love putting names to faces. So again, if any of you are going to Jets Ravens, middle initial podcast, we're doing a pregame tailgate. It's going to be radical. It's going to be gnarly. And again, you have to purchase a ticket. It's going to be roped off. So if you want to be in the exclusive club, buy a ticket. And it's awesome. You get food, liquor, and it's a great time. So hopefully I run into a lot of you guys there. But man, if they win week 1 and then they head into week 2 against Jacoby Brissett with a chance to go 2-0, I'm going to be intolerable. I'm going to be the worst Jet fan in the world because I'm going to be like, suck it, suck it, suck it. Yeah. I'm going to be doing a lot of that. A lot of gyrations of my hips. Hips don't lie. So be ready for that. Alvarado, save Zach for week 3 at home. That could be, again, that would be the other thing I would say. So I believe Zach's coming in week 2. But if you wanted it to be all natural, so he misses week 1, Joe Flacco. Week 2's on the road, so you're like, whatever, we'll go with Joe Flacco again. And then week 3's back at home in the lovely confines, and you, quote, release the beast. There's a lot of marketing opportunities there. That would make a lot of sense. So, very smart comment, De Jesus. Romani, done with the excuses. We need to have a 500-win season at minimal. 7 wins is not enough. We have suffered enough. Romani, preach, my man. Throw the gospel, if you will. I am gosh darn done too. I'm sick of the 3 wins. 4 wins. How about a goddamn 8-win season? Maybe 9 wins. How about the gosh darn playoffs for that matter? Let's praise thee. Let's rise on up and let's try to make some magic happen. Let's try to make something happen out there. Can I get an amen? Can I get a hallelujah? Perhaps. You're damn right, Romani. You got me preaching over here. You got me doing a little high step in the chair. Yes. Yes. Preach, my man. Preach. Please, for the love of everything that's holy, I hope the Jets can get back into it. Get the juices moving and grooving, if I may. Let's see. Back to Mike Cohen here. Wait and see. Jets will play extremely well, and they'll make all kinds of excuses like Zach isn't getting to where we want as quickly as we thought, blah, blah, blah. You'll see my bearded friend. Could be. That would be interesting. And there was this guy named Favre. Yeah, I wish that would have worked out better. The 8-3 start and blow it 1-4 down the stretch. Ay. We were going to win the Super Bowl that year, but that's neither here nor there. Let's see. Ooh, keep it simple, RC. I'm glad you asked this question. Hey, BG, how you feeling about Clemons? We got to go to the tail of the tape. Let me try to see if I can find that clip real quick. I mean, for the love of everything that's holy, Michael Clemons, man, that last play got me out of my goddamn seat. So I'm watching this from my computer. I was watching this from my computer, so I want to pull up this clip. Let's get this gosh darn clip up here right now because – yeah, this is it. So we're going to play this. It's up to 10,000 clicks. So this is a very quick video, but we are about to share this to you guys. And I got to tell you, Michael Clemons, the final snap of the Jets-Eagles game, we're throwing this up on the screen. All right, let's do this. I love Michael Clemons. And this dude, let's share the clip. Let's throw it up here. Let's roll the footage. Okay, I can't get over this play right here. So we're going to throw it up. So again, there's 3 seconds on the clock, 3rd and 5, Eagles from their own 30-yard line. It is a Hail Mary situation for the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Jets are up 3, again, as we mentioned. Here we go. Let's play this. This is Michael. Watch Michael Clemons, okay? He's the second rusher in on the 4-man line, okay? He is the second rusher, so second rusher down from the top of the screen. Watch Michael Clemons.
The last play of the game for the 30-yard line. Flag on the play.
I mean, let's rewind that. I mean, wow. I'm going to do a little slow-mo, actually. Look at Michael Clemons burst off the ball, and look at him push aggressively this left guard, who immediately gets, like, knocked off his feet, and he's backpedaling from the pure power of Michael Clemons, and he tosses this dude's lunch in the backfield. The Eagles quarterback is like, oh, shoot, I got to get out of here. And he starts booking it out to the left. He's like, I need to get out of here. And Michael Clemons, like a gosh darn psychopath, he starts going, he's firing those arms. He is like going He's going nuts chasing this quarterback. And if I'm this quarterback, I'm like, oh my God, Michael Clemons about to eat me for breakfast. This dude's about to, destroy me. And look how quickly he's making up this ground as he charges over there. Like Michael Clemons was just, there's no other way to put it. This dude was absolutely on fire. I love Michael Clemons. I mean, this guy, the strength, the burst, he led the team in pressures. I'm telling you, I told you back in the draft, and I'm telling you now, this guy is going to be the steal of the 2022 NFL draft. There is a guy that we all thought, we said, oh, Michael Clemons, who the hell is this old prospect with off-the-field issues? Like, scrub, not going to be a guy we need to worry about. And I've never felt more polarizing change in myself from an opinion to hearing interviews and hearing how people talked about him to immediately go, you know what? I think I was wrong immediately. As soon as he had that rookie minicamp and I heard him talk, I'm like, this guy's going to be good. And then now we fast forward however many months later, this guy can rush from the inside. He can rush from the outside. He's got this, again, the nickname Debo from the movie Friday. He's got that, like, that glare that, like, hey, man, I'm going to beat the flying hoot out of you. He has that, like, demeanor, that intense demeanor. And I got to tell you, man, I think he's going to be a freak. So how am I feeling about Michael Clemons? He's a freak, man. I love that dude. That play got me out of my seat. And at first, no one was talking about it on Twitter. I'm like, did anyone see that? I need the clip, so I had to wait for the Jets to post the highlights on YouTube. But I'm like, I hope they have that play in there because he looks like a gosh darn wild man. I think Michael Clemons is going to be a freak. I love Michael Clemons. So thank you, Keep It Simple RC, for bringing that up. That dude is a freak of nature. Okay, let's see. Whoa, more on the COVID stuff. For those of you who don't know, join me late. The reason why I've been MIA is COVID. Throat sucked, trying to cough up phlegm. I lost 45 pounds in 4 weeks. Yeah, I don't know what the weight was. I didn't have a scale, but that's the worst part for people who want to get grotesque is there's throat pain, and then you'll have this random coughing rage where this phlegm is like buried deep in your throat. And you just go, I don't even want to fake do it because like I will really do it because I'm still battling some demons here. I've gotten rid of the fever, thank God, and a couple of the other symptoms, but I've got like 3 big symptoms still left. My throat is still a little messed up. You guys can kind of hear it a little. So I'm still kind of plugged sinus wise. And then it's a bleh, where you're coughing up this disgusting phlegm. I have to keep spitting in my sink. It's just nasty. And it's just thick as hell. It's like a bile-like substance. Again, I don't want to get too grotesque. We're trying to talk Jets here, but I got to tell you, man, the COVID is no joke. And I've still tested positive. I'm still in the middle of COVID right now, but boy, it is disgusting. Just exhausting. All right. Jet Life 407. Before that first preseason game, I was so hype. After that game, not so much. I know it's preseason, but someone helped me off the ledge again. So some of my positive takeaways: Michael Clemons looks like a freak. Garrett Wilson looks great. Breece Hall looks really good. Lawrence Cager, I think, is going to be really good as well. Now, the defense was missing a lot of starters. Carl Lasso was pulled last second. CJ Mosley was pulled last second. DJ Reed didn't play. So it's hard to have takeaways like that. Like, the defense going to be elite or something of that nature, or the other way. But to me, there are all kinds of reasons to be happy. We're going to get our one of 2 primetime games this year: Monday Night Football, Atlanta Falcons, baby. And, of course, we have Jaguars Week 16, Thursday Night Football. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm going to definitely, after this video, we got to, I can feel the phlegm. Not good. We're going to power through the rest of this video, though. We've been on for almost an hour, so we're going to power through the rest of this, and then I'm going to disappear for a little while. But Jet Life, I get it, man. The Zach Wilson thing was terrible and probably made a lot of you feel like, what the hell is going on? But, I'm telling you, there are a lot of reasons to be happy. Joe Flacco's going to play in this preseason, so I want to see how this offense operates with their starting quarterback as opposed to the injury stuff where they kind of had to, fly by the seam of their pants in that Eagles game. Be excited, man. This is an exciting year. I think the Jets are going to be special this year. So I said it. John Hepburn, hey, fellers, what's poppin', baby? Bill the FedEx guy from my radio show. Feel better, get back, you disease-ridden animal. Yeah, my plan at this point, Bill, is to be back virtually on Friday and hopefully back in studio next Monday for the radio show. We got our live fantasy draft coming up in less than a month as well. So we got a lot of that going on. I'm sick as a gosh darn dog here. I'm hoping to be back virtually on Friday, back in studio next Monday. And it is disgusting. And I feel like crap. Ugh, that's disgusting. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. People love hearing that live on a radio show. Where the hell is it? Where's the opening on this tissue box? Have I ever had puffs before? How do you even open this thing? I'm like an idiot over here, but oh God, that's disgusting. Okay, we're just gonna. There we go. Nice, beautiful. I don't even know if this is how you're supposed to open this thing. Okay, here we go. Yeah. This is the content you guys come here for. Like, good night. Good Lord have mercy as I rip these tissues apart. Oh God. Yeah. Sorry, folks. Yeah. It's disgusting. Yeah. Okay, let's power through the rest of this video. Yeah, there you go. Check that off the bucket list. You just heard that in the mic. Woo. Okay, that is disgusting. Okay. Let's keep powering through here. Nicholas on YouTube. Jet quarterback with knee problems. Echoes of Joe Willie Namath. His knees won us the Super Bowl. Oh, let's hope for the same thing with Zach Wilson. Let's see. Let's go to Lawrence Wapples. What's up, Boy Green? Which game should Zach prepare for now that he's out of surgery? Again, for me, I would understand week 2. I would also understand if they wanted to wait till he was home. Another Jet fan mentioned that earlier. So week 3, which would be the Bengals game. So week 2 or week 3 would be my guess. Andres, I'm cautiously optimistic continuity on defense could keep the scoring down for him. I really like the defense squad. Me too. I think there's playmakers at every level. I'm excited about a second year of the system for those guys. So I'm really looking forward to that. Jay Spector, you should be good at MetLife with 75,000. Antibody should last 90 days. Thank God. I will need it for week 1, and then maybe I'll disappear for the rest of the season and be behind the scenes. There you go. That's a good point. Flacco, Super Bowl MVP. Jimmy G, Super Bowl loser. Yes, that is true. Let's see. Let's keep going here. I'd bet my right meniscus from Dark Soldier. JD never even thought about trading for Jimmy G after hearing it wasn't Zach's ACL. After hearing that, I think you're right. But I think if he was out for the season, you have to strongly consider it because I think this talent is so good on the team. The offensive line is probably the best they've had in a decade. Breece Hall could be really good. The receivers are nasty. Tight ends are really good. Defense has a lot of potential. And if Zach was out, then you go, well, we need something for this year. And if maybe they believe in Joe Flacco. Maybe he would have always been the guy. But as soon as I heard it was an ACL, sure. I don't think Jimmy G was a thought, but I'm sure he was if Zach was out for the year. But thankfully he's not. All right. Ooh, I love this question from Dave from New Brunswick. Very nice. Any predictions for surprise cuts this offseason? All right. I don't know if this is a surprise, so I'll start with a couple here. LaMichael Pirine, I think, is gone like the wind. I think he just stinks. He'll catch on somewhere else. Never really worked out here. Let's pull up the roster. Let's pull up the roster here real quick and try to see if I've got any in the bag that I think will be coming. A couple of people asked for a 53-man roster prediction, so we'll see if everything lines up where I can do that. Okay. Let's keep going. A surprise cut. Gentleman's could be, but again, I just think they could get something in trade, so I don't think he gets cut. Let's keep going here. Because like over the years we had like Bless Austin. When that one came out, I was like, whoa! I didn't even think of that as a possibility. Brant Boyer called Justin Hardy a top 5 special teamer, so I think that kills any. He called them a Pro Bowler, said the top 5 in special teamers in the NFL, so that probably cuts that surprise potentially. Tevin Coleman, maybe. I think the Jets really like him, so probably not. I think Kai Nakua could be a guy. Nakua, excuse me. The converted safety linebacker. I think he could make the team as a special teamer. That's possible. I love Bradley and but it's hard to find a spot on this team for him. Let me keep looking here. Is there someone crazy that could get cut? Chuma Edoga or Connor McDermott, either one could be cut. Not sure if that's a big surprise. I think Lawrence Cager is a surprise that's going to make it. I said that months ago. I still think he ends up being that extra tight end. Kenny Yeboah, maybe. They may try to sneak him on the practice squad. We'll see if that's successful. For people who don't understand what that means, what happens is, so today, NFL teams had to cut the rosters from 90 to 85. Next week, it goes from 85 to 80. And then the week after that, it goes from 80 to 53. When you cut everyone initially, they have to go through quote unquote waivers. That means anyone can be claimed. So even though there are protected practice squad spots, there's 16 players on the practice squad now. It used to only be 10 back in the day, but it's 16 now. Now they have to pass the initial wave of no one claiming them. And then once they make it on the practice squad, you can protect them from a week to week basis. But the worry is with really talented players like a Kenny Yeboah or Lawrence Cager or like Mike White, even like a team may want to claim them. So you can't protect them. So that's the one fine line a lot of these teams are going to have here that they're looking at. So Kenny Yeboah is a guy that I think will get cut, and they would love him on the practice squad. Vinny Curry, that's probably the biggest name that I see here. Vinny Curry is the biggest surprise cut. Again, he's got a great story. He's been connected to the Jets forever. For years, he was supposed to come here. He's the guy that I think the young guys are just going to take over. So, who's a good guy that's going to take his spot? Not like Bryce Huff, like he's a lock to make the roster. But I'm just trying to think, like Jabari Zuniga, he's a good example. So like Jabari Zuniga, we thought this dude was a bust, right? I wrote a story about him earlier, like a complete bust. A guy like, boy, this guy is not going to make, like he's like terrible. And then all of a sudden he's like trade bait, according to the Zach Rosenblatt piece. So he's a guy that could steal a spot from Vinny Curry. Vinny Curry gets his ass cut, even though he got guaranteed money and all that other jazz a couple months ago. He could find his way on the way out. So, that's where we get a little crazy. Dave Etchenberry. I believe this D might get 55 sacks this year. Unleash Monsters Inc. I will tell you this, Dave. Here's a stat that I stumbled into. The Jets haven't had over 40 sacks since 2014. That's pathetic. Over 40 since 2014. And obviously, they haven't had a double-digit sack guy since 2015. That was Muhammad Wilkerson. Like, man, I don't know if they have a true double-digit guy. Is it Quinnen Williams? Is it Carl Lawson? Is it JFM? I don't know about any of that. But I know they've got a lot of guys that I think are guaranteed floors of between 5 and 8 sacks. And then you add all those up, and then maybe they go crazy. So maybe Carl Lawson has a crazy season, or Quinnen Williams has a crazy season. But I think that sack number is going to be, I think the 40 sack thing is happening. They're going to break that. But I think for sure that number is going to raise up. All right, let's go through a couple of here. NY2FLA, how good did Michael Clemons look? Or was it just my rose-colored glasses? No, I thought he was a freak. He looked great, rushing the passer, run defense. And some people will say, well, he's facing scrubs. Well, guess what? That's what he is right now. He's a bench player. He's got to work his way up. So, you know what? I love seeing it. Let's keep going here. Let's see. Let's keep going here. John Epron, good to see you back in the saddle. Thank you so much. Thank you. It is great to be back. FBJT. You weren't on this topic anymore, but damn, what a great piece of news about Zach Wilson. No question about it. That was the whole theme of this video. And yes, we're so used to as Jet fans getting the short end of the stick from a luck perspective. Like injuries happen and like stupid, like the mononucleosis, all kinds of random stuff. You're like, what the hell? Like, and in this case where, again, the fine line of this being a trim to a complete repair is like this. So Zach Wilson could have easily had his leg destroyed. He would have been out for the year. So normally when it's this flip of the coin luck thing, the Jet fans know very well that they don't fall on the right side of that line more often than not. So the fact that this time they did is just like maybe the tides are turning, and blessed be he that all this came to fruition. Michael Clemons walked that homie like a dog. He sure did. He has, there you go. Get that dog in him. He was great. That was great. Yeah, Michael Clemons looked good. He really impressed me. Dark Soldier Clemens reminds me of Clubber Lang from Rocky 3. That's funny. I've heard the Clubber Lang. I've heard Debo. I've heard a couple, and they're all great. To me, he's a freak, and I can't wait to see him make some stuff happen. And then part of my Jets Boy Green Super Fan Club, Kobe. Yo, what's poppin', Kobe? And I could tell you and any other members of the YouTube membership club, because you got a special designation. You can see a little membership club. And guys, you can also choose to do that. In the wise words of my Buffalo Jet fan friend, for a cup of coffee, you can help support the channel in that way as well. And I'm looking forward to hopefully doing this at some point during the season, getting all the members of my Boy Green Super Fan Club. It's a YouTube membership all together, so we could do a live stream together talking Jets and kind of shooting the crap. So we'll see if that comes to fruition here in the next little bit. But what's up, Kobe? Sonny Lindstrom on the field. I like that, King Blaze. That's a good one. Dave, any surprise cut predictions this camp? Like I said, Vinny Curry, I think, is the big one. I think there are going to be other ones like LaMichael Pirine, like the 2020 draft class just going down in smoke. Like I think they're like LaMichael Pirine, maybe Ashton Davis. I love Ashton. I think he complements this group really well, especially Jordan Whitehead. So maybe he could be a guy that gets cut. But the biggest one I think is Vinny Curry. That's the biggest name. Kyle B. Zach Wilson is fine. The surgery went well. It went well. There's no additional damage, so he is going to be good to go. Let's see. Yeah, and imagine that inside work. Michael Clemons, Quinnen Williams, JFM, and they just got so many options. I love the ability to move people all over the place. So whether outside options, like I think Jacob Martin's going to be a freak. Like that's one that I think is going to be so good, and people have no idea like what that guy's going to bring to the table. I think Jacob Martin's going to be super, super cool. Let's see, Jay Spector. Do you think Ulbrich as a coach for this D still saw wide receivers started running free from the D, PTSD from 2021? Yeah, Ulbrich, I really love the personality. I think he can be a future head coach. I love how he talks. I think that he's the guy. I think Saleh's going to give him all the chances in the world. We'll see if he lives up to the billing. I believe in Ulbrich. Now, again, there was a lot of people calling for his head after year one. So we'll see kind of how that develops. Let's keep going. Ty Johnson needs to go. That's another name that could easily be gone. And quite frankly, I am predicting he's going to be gone. Old Stone Hands. I remember writing a piece last preseason. Go figure, right? I'm like, preseason RB1. And then, we all saw what happened. So that's kind of sad. Let's see. Let me go through the last of these comments here. Corey or Rankin's at risk? Vinny Curry for sure. Sheldon Rankins, I don't think so. I think the contract structure makes it so they'd be really eating it if they cut him. So I don't think so. I think they really like Sheldon. I missed the Wilkerson story, Humble B69 coming in, because I rooted so hard for him to get an extension, a guy that grew up like 30 minutes from the Jets facilities. And again, he just got lazy. I don't know what else to say. And he dropped right out of the league, went to the Packers, got hurt. Man, it's just a sad story. And then it gives a lot of Jet fans like hesitation, like, should we pay whoever the next guy is? And man, it's really sad. So that one I still can't believe really turned out bad. Let's see. He just got lazy though. What receivers get cut? So I think so. Let's pull up positionally here. So Control F, wide receiver on the Jets roster. Okay. Yeah. Let me do it this way. Okay. Let's pull up which receivers could go. So Braxton Berrios is making it. Obviously, Corey Davis is making it. Elijah Moore. That's 3. You have Garrett Wilson, obviously, and Jeff Smith. Those are 5, I think, are locks to make it here. The guys who are not, I think Denzel Mims gets traded. I think Calvin Jackson's a very interesting name. He could certainly make it. I like Irvin Charles a lot too. He's probably a practice squad guy. Tariq Black's going to get cut. So those are probably it. I think the surprise one to potentially make it is Calvin Jackson, especially if Denzel Mims gets traded. But Irvin Charles is a practice squad guy. But I do love Irvin. I do really like Irvin Charles. Let's see. Oh, that's another good one. Vern Clemons is Zeus from No Holds Barred, the Hill Hogan movie. That's wow. You guys have been really good with the references today. Wow. Clemons looks like an underdeveloped Charles Haley, except that he could play inside too. Man, I hope we get the Super Bowl success of said Charles Haley. He's got what, 5 rings with the Cowboys and 49ers? Yes, please. And Lawrence Wapples, that's what I said. My prediction was 9-8, 7 seed playoff. So let's speak that into existence. FBJ Tree. Ty Johnson's unfortunately has big playability, and once it's in his hands, I feel, but he can't catch to save his life. The Houston game sticks to me, putrid. Yeah, he's had a few, unfortunately, bad examples of just not looking very good. So I just don't think it's going to happen. Dave Etcheberry, Bryce Hall is playing outstanding football. It helps ease the DJ Reed health concern. That's for sure. And that's why you have depth. That's why you don't trade a guy like Bryce Hall. That's why. And I think DJ Reed will be back sooner rather than later. But again, that's why you have the depth, because injuries happen. Cuts will be then 37. Sure, Joe Douglas will be looking for offensive linemen for other team cuts. Hopefully, particularly at offensive tackle. They were looking at Dwayne Brown prior to the Mekhi Becton injury, so I'm hoping for another really good tackle. Max Mitchell showed a little chutzpah during the preseason. He was the number one guy I was watching out for. But yes, offensive line. Trying to think of another. Safety could be if something shakes free. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Offensive line and that. Shame they let Rashard Davis go. I agree. I thought bring some return game action. Could have been a Braxton Berrios kind of insurance policy of sorts. Proven guy, versatile. He would have made a lot of sense from my perspective. But obviously, the Jets felt differently. Well, guys, I got to tell you, it was an absolute honor to be back here on the show. It's been too gosh darn long. We're going to have some guests coming up. Now that I made it through an hour-plus video, flex on them, baby. So, I made it through, thank goodness, with a little tissue help, thanks to Puffs. Not that I'm getting any sponsorship from them, but Puffs helping me out here, that it has the lotion on the tissue. Very nice. But anywho, guys, it was great to be back. It's great to celebrate with you guys. Zach Wilson is healthy. He got the good news anyway from the surgery, which is great news. So, you know what? That's awesome. And we're going to have more. Again, in a week, we're going to have some more cuts. All the love was phenomenal. Guys, make sure you like the video. Hit subscribe. We have awesome Jets content, wonderful guests, live streams. The podcast will be back potentially on the show tomorrow, I think, for a Jet Zone episode. So keep an eye out for that with more news coming. The Jets have a day off from practice. So I'd love to hop on again and talk shop and do some Jets action. Make sure you tell a friend. Make sure you like the video. Hit subscribe. We are bumping up those subscribers, baby. And I feel pretty good coming off this hour-plus video. Going to keep getting the medicine, keep getting it in, and hopefully be with a lot of you guys. Again, live stream coming tomorrow. More guests coming here on the show as well. So hopefully you guys can check out all of that. And I want to give one more shout out to a new sponsor on our show, guys, Roshan Joshi, my boy, a fellow Jets fan as well. And again, you guys can check out his free call every week. Make sure you do. It's the XV Community Free Earnings and Learning Zoom call. Guys, check him out and let him know that Boy Green sent you. He would really appreciate you guys checking out his free video. Again, you can check out more on his Instagram at Rojo Sharp. Make sure we support sponsors of this show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll be back tomorrow right here on youtube.com/BoyGreen25. Peace out, everybody. Great news.